Okay, we're just going to start with 5 deep breaths. Inhale, expand the rib cage out to the sides. Exhale to let it go. Inhale deep. Exhale, let it go. Allow the belly to fill. Now relaxing the shoulders and neck, let's move on to pelvic tilts. So when you inhale, tilt the hips forward, making a space under your low back. On the exhale, flatten your low back and gently start knitting the ribs together. Inhale, lift the low back off the mat, rotating the whole pelvis forward. Exhale, rotate it backward, flattening your low back. Inhale to rotate forward. Exhale to flatten. And one more. Inhale, rotate forward. And exhale to flatten. Now to engage the transverse abdominis, deep core and pelvic floor. Sometimes we do a ball between the knees. Today we're just going to skip the ball and bring the legs all the way together. On the exhale, with the flat back, knit the ribs together, draw the low belly in, engage the pelvic floor, and squeeze the legs together. Inhale to let all of that relax. Exhale to put all of it in, like you're sort of zipping up a corset. I guess corsets usually have ties. Inhale. Exhale to draw in like you're cinching up a corset. Inhale, keep it pretty gentle. We're just trying to isolate. Exhale to draw in through pursed lips, gently. Inhale and exhale. Your exhale should be pursed enough that it's audible. You can hear the exhale, but not so much that it's forced or that there's any sort of resistance. It's just sort of a narrowing of the lips as you exhale. Okay, let's bring the legs up to tabletop. So in tabletop position, shins are parallel to the floor, knees are directly over the hips, unless that causes your low back to come off. If it does, bring your knees in slightly so that your low back can stay on the mat. We're gonna do that same thing we just did. So inhale, expand. Exhale, tighten. Inhale, expand out to the sides. Exhale, tighten and draw in. Just one more like that. Okay, let's float the feet down. Inhale, prepare again. We're going to come up to ab prep now. So arms by your sides. Exhale to curl up. Low back goes flat. We draw the belly button in. We squeeze the legs together. Shoulders are relaxed away from the ears. Inhale to lay back. Arms come down. Exhale to curl up, keeping a little chin tuck, kind of like you're holding a ping pong ball under your chin. Inhale, lay back. 3 more. Flow with your breath. Exhale on the way up, tucking in the ribs. Inhaling to lay back. 2 more. And 1 more. Now bring the legs up to tabletop. And we're going to continue 5 more. Inhale, lay back. Exhale, curl up. Back goes flat on the mat. Pull the belly button in. Inhale. Exhale. If you look down at your tummy, it should be coming in, not sort of popping up and tenting up like a mountain range. Exhale, flatten it. And 2. And last one. And then lay back. Feet can come down. Okay, next we're going to do single leg stretch. So legs are going to come up to our tabletop position. Low back is flat. Inhale to prepare. Exhale to curl up, hands on the knees. Inhale, prepare again. Then on the exhale, right leg is going to go long. Right hand is going to touch the inside of the knee and left hand is going to touch the outside ankle bone. Inhale as you switch. Exhale as you touch knee and ankle. Focus on keeping the low back flat, keeping the shoulder blades curled up off the mat, ping pong ball shape under your chin, and smoothly going back and forth, keeping that belly pulled in the whole time, not allowing the movements of the legs to sort of shift you or wiggle you. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bend the knees, relax down. If this is your first workout with me, you should know that I'm terrible at counting. We sort of do random numbers. Sometimes I actually keep track and sometimes I don't. So Sorry. Okay, next will be scissors. So legs will go all the way straight. Point your toes, get your legs as straight as you can. If you need to do a little initial stretch, do. We're going to do the same thing we just did, but with straight legs. So you'll be pulling in as one goes. And then as we switch, inhale, pull in. So when you do pull in, you want to get a nice hamstring stretch. Keep your legs super straight, pointing your toes. And as we pull in, we'll do 2 little pumps. It'll be a then we switch to the other side. Okay, so legs will go straight. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, curl up, hands on the calf muscles. Inhale to stay again. Keep your shoulder blades curled up off the mat. Exhale, one leg goes down, other leg comes in. Inhale, switch. Exhale. Keep your legs as straight as you can, growing through your toes. Long neck, chin has space underneath. You do not have to match my pace. You can go slower. I wouldn't really recommend going faster though. 8, 9, 10, and relax. Okay, little twist stretch. So let your back be neutral. Reach the right arm gently away. Your shoulder rest will get in your way in some spots. So just kind of go gently. Lay the knees over, big side stretch, twisting. Take 2 deep breaths here. Then slowly bring the legs up and lay them over to the other side, reaching the other arm away. 2 deep breaths there. Then slowly bring the knees up. We're going to do our footwork series today. We have 2.5 springs on. You can do footwork anywhere from 2 springs, 2.5, 3, 3.5, 3.5, or even 3 3/4. If you don't know, a red spring is 1, a blue spring is a half, and a white spring is a quarter. So today we're doing 12 reps of each. So that's why I have it set a little bit lighter. I've got mine set at 2.5, but you can choose how much resistance you want to get. You should get a burn in the quadriceps as we move through these, but at a lighter spring with 12 repetitions, it shouldn't be really, really intense right away. Arms are just going to relax by your sides, or sometimes I like to sort of put them on my ribs or belly to sort of keep the awareness, to keep that tight, gently tightened there like a corset. Neutral spine, not flat. Inhale, prepare. We exhale to push out. Inhale to come back. Still tightening the tummy like a corset with every exhale, but it's almost like you're just bracing yourself, not allowing any movement through the pelvis. We fully extend the legs without locking the knees. 3, 2, 1. Now we bring the legs all the way together. Toes are on the bar, wrapped on the bar like a bird on a twig. Heels down. As you push out, the heels will sink under the bar. It's kind of a weird feeling, but really let the heels go way underneath the bar. Again, don't allow your knees to lock, but fully extend. Control the return. Don't let it get too hasty. 3, 2, control 1. Now we're going to put heels on, legs all the way together. So you want the real like meat of your heel on the bar. Should not feel like it's going to slip off. It should feel quite stable. Toes pulled up to your knees, legs squeezing together, neutral spine again. Here we go. Exhale to press 12 times. Three, 2, 1. Now we're going to have tippy toes. So toes on the bar again like a bird on a perch. This is actually called high half toe. Ankles stuck together, legs stuck together. The key on this one is to keep your ankles together with your heels as high as you can. Think about your shin bone and your feet bone sort of all in one line. And when you control return the carriage, lift the heels each time. So if you lift your heels every time you return the carriage toward the stopper, they'll stay up. So inhale, ready. Exhale, press. Keeping the heels up nice and high. Relax through the shoulders and breathe. Three, two, and we'll stay out on one. Legs are straight, lower the heels, lift the heels 12 times. Inhale, lower, exhale, lift. Keep the tummy gently tightened. Breathe and relax the shoulders. And then running, one heel is going to go down, the other leg will bend to allow the stretch. Hold for about a count of 3 and switch. Other leg is still in high half toe. And switch. And switch. You should feel a nice stretch along the back of the leg. Still don't necessarily want to lock the knee on these, but legs should be fully straight. And last time. Slowly then bring yourself all the way back in. Okay, readjust if you need to. Next series is second position. So we're going to do heels on, hip distance apart. Everything is parallel. Again, neutral spine, sort of tight corset tummy, shoulders and neck relaxed. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, press out 12 times. Control the return. Get almost to the stopper each time. That was 12. Okay, now we do wide, so toes and knees are turned out. I like to say with the heels on the bar, knees are just 1 inch wider than the toes. That sort of prevents the sort of mismatch where some people's feet will go out a little too wide and the knee's not wide enough. So ideally, we're actually matching the thigh bones with the feet bones. They all line up. But visually, it looks different than it feels. So if you think knees 1 inch wider than the toes, most people that sort of lines you up just right. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, press out for 12. This one, slow it down a little bit so you can squeeze the glutes at the top. Keep the tummy tight. $11 and $12. Okay, then we turn the toes and the knees in enough that the thighs can touch so you can adjust the spacing in your heels as needed. Inhale to prepare. Exhale to press out and spiral the inner thighs toward the floor. Inhale, bring it in, knees touch. Exhale to press. Tight tummy. 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, let's do a little twist stretch. Knees to one side, reach opposite arm away, releasing the legs and back. Just a deep breath or two. And then bring the knees up, lay them over to the other side. Then we'll sneak in a figure 4 stretch here as well before we sit up. So right ankle is going to cross over the left knee, and then just gently press the right knee away toward the foot bar. Hold for 2 deep breaths. Slowly unwind your legs and switch to the other side. Gently pushing the left knee away. Hold for about 2 deep breaths. And then when you're ready, come up to a seat. Okay, so we need to switch springs. We're going to do front rowing. Your springs can be anywhere from just a blue, so a half a spring, up to a red, a full spring, or sort of anywhere in between. If it feels way too easy, I suppose you could do stronger springs, but for most people, it will not feel too easy. I'm actually going to keep mine at a blue, a little bit lighter. So grab your straps. I like to sort of park them on the shoulder rests so they're a little easier to reach. And then you can just sit flat on the carriage. I like to use a platform for this series to help you sit up a little bit taller and to sort of reduce the gripping feeling in the hips. So we'll sit on the platform, sit crisscross if you can, up nice and tall. Another option, if that doesn't feel good for you, is sort of straddling, just letting the feet sort of dangle over the edges. Or you could even sit here and let the heels sort of drag on the metal piece. Although this one you do kind of risk dumping in the low back, but some people, the knees or hips just don't feel good any other way. So that is acceptable if you need to. Okay, so with legs crossed, we're sitting up nice and tall. Reach back for your straps. With the shoulders away from the ears, we're going to face the palms in and fingertips gently reaching down to the floor. You don't have to be dramatic about it, but we don't want to sort of shorten the arms. We want them to be nice and long. Sit up really tall, shoulders are back, collarbones are opening in front of you, and chin is parallel to the floor. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, we're going to press leading with the thumbs straight ahead, no higher than chest high. Inhale to come down. Exhale, press forward, really drawing in on the low belly and pelvic floor. Seated cross-legged is a nice way to be able to engage your pelvic floor easily. So think about sort of pulling up and in. Not allowing the shoulders to round forward as you press the hands forward, keeping them open. We'll do 3 more. Breathe. And last one. Then we'll go right into offering. So palms are facing up, thumbs are pointing out, pinky fingers toward your rib cage. Again, check in with your posture. Make sure you're sitting nice and tall. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, press. With offering, we don't want to do a big scooping up movement. You want to mostly be pressing straight out. Control the movement. Keep that low belly and pelvic floor drawn in. We'll do 3 more. 3. Then we're going to add a chest fly. 2 and 1. Hold out here, then open about 3/4 of the way. You still want to be able to see your hands. Exhale to press. Then we inhale, come back to offering. Exhale, press out. Inhale, open. I believe technically this is called second position. I could be wrong. Inhale to bend it in. Exhale to press. I was not a dancer. A lot of Pilates instructors come from dance, and that was not me. So a lot of the sort of exercises named for dance positions, I don't remember all that well. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. 2 more. Flow through the movement. Follow your breath. 1 more. Draw in. Then we're going to press out and stay out, and we'll do 5 chest flies in a row. So we'll open and close. Big enough to let the carriage move back and forth, but not so big that your body is pulled around or that it feels weird at all in the shoulders. 2 more. 2. Keep the shoulders away from the ears. 1. And bring it in. Okay, next one is called salute. There are a couple of different modifications for this one. I'm going to sort of teach it my favorite way, but you can modify as needed. It shouldn't hurt your shoulders at all. It shouldn't feel weird. It's kind of a weird position to get into, but there shouldn't be any pain with it. So we're going to take fingertips reaching toward each other right at your part. So your first fingers are going to be touching your hairline. Shoulders are away from the ears. Belly button is pulled in. I'm leaned forward just a teeny tiny bit. On the exhale, we're pressing up and out. Inhale to bring it down. So you want to keep the ropes up high enough that they don't drag on your shoulders, but you should feel it in your triceps, the backs of your arms. Control the movement, go nice and slow. Touch your fingertips to your hairline each and every time. 3 more. 3, try not to let your body move. 2, and 1. Slowly release, come all the way down. You can park your straps and then slowly step off. Scoot your platform back. We're going to do back rowing now. Pretty much the same spring settings. You could do anywhere from a half a spring, just one blue, to 3/4 of a spring, blue and white, or up as much as a red spring. You can adjust your springs, but know that if you can't keep really good form, move your springs down so they're not quite as intense. And if you're doing this by yourself and you don't really know if your form is really good, opt for a lighter spring. So again, we can sit crisscross, or on this one, again, you can straddle if you need to, or legs can be long. I have to cross my ankles or else my legs don't fit. By the book, it is actually legs are not crossed, they're just sort of there, but my legs don't fit between those, so I cross at my ankles. To start though, I think I'll stay in crisscross. So that's up to you. I still like to stay on the platform for these so that you're able to sit up nice and tall, keep the lower core engaged and the pelvic floor turned on. So arms down by your sides, we start at the knees. Inhale to prepare. On the exhale, you press back just past your hips. Inhale to come forward. Exhale to press. Inhale forward. You want to keep the arms reaching nice and long, shoulders away from the ears, chin parallel to the floor. Try not to let the shoulders round forward as you pull the straps back. 2 more. 2 and 1. Then we just continue, hands a little higher away from the floor. Exhale, inhale. Think about gently sliding the shoulder blades toward each other as you pull back, but try not to shrug. 3 more. 3. Notice your shoulder blades. Keep the low ribs tucked in. 1 more. Okay, next one will be triceps. I like to scooch my hands forward and hold on to the straps just like they're the end of a rope. Now with crisscross applesauce, it's pretty hard to not hit your knees with this one, so you're gonna have your elbows winged out, or you can sort of narrow your legs a little bit for this one. Just make sure you don't hit the platform. So armpits are closed like you're holding a piece of mail there. Draw the low belly in, draw the pelvic floor in, gazes straight ahead, shoulders away from the ears, shoulders back. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, press, extending the elbows. Inhale to bend. So it's a fairly small movement. Just bend the elbows until it sort of loses that tension, and then push again. Upper back postural muscles are working with an isometric hold here, and the triceps are the movers. 3 more. 3 and 2 and 1. Okay, if you adjusted your legs, you can adjust them back to the way they were. Next one is open elbows. We're going to put the straps over the forearms close to the elbow joint. Sit up nice and tall with the palms facing you, shoulders away from ears. Elbows open at shoulder height. Pull the shoulder blades together behind you. Inhale to bend, or excuse me, inhale to bring the arms forward. Exhale to open them up. Your palms should be facing your head at all times. So thumbs are pointed back, and then thumbs are pointed out to the side as you come forward. Shoulder blades should be doing a lot of moving here, so really bring awareness to that space between your shoulder blades. When you pull them back and together, try not to allow your low rib cage to pop out. 3 more. 3 and 2 and 1. Okay, then we have a bicep curl, so straps in the hands, little lean back, keep the hands up, elbows point toward the pulleys, and exhale to pull. Keep the low belly pulled in, and the elbows high, shoulders down. Hands can be gripping the straps, or they can be long, your preference. Try not to let the body get pulled around. Now, keeping everything still and stable, keep both hands out and then curl with only the right arm for 5. You have to stabilize your core so you don't get pulled sideways. 3, make it as smooth as you can. 2, and 1, other hand. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, slowly release. If you need a little stretch, you can round the back, shoulders away from ears. Then we'll park our straps onto the shoulder rests again. Okay, slowly step off. Move your platform. And we'll just do Mermaid next. So I like to have either 3/4 of a spring, so blue and white, or 1 red spring. We're going to tuck the right leg in. By the book, this one, the left leg is tucked away, so your shin is sort of against the shoulder rest. If that bothers the knee or the hip at all, just skip that and have the leg sort of dangling over the front. So that's up to your body. Sit up nice and tall, relax through the shoulders. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, big side stretch. Shoulders stay away from the ears. And we inhale to slowly come up and exhale over. So we're trying to stay in one plane, not sort of folding forward as you press, almost like you're stuck between 2 panes of glass. Inhale to slowly come up. Exhale over. Let's do 1 more. Inhale up and exhale over. Inhale to come up. Okay, slowly turn other side. Again, pay attention to the knee and the hip. Inhale nice and tall, relax through the shoulders. Exhale, big side stretch. Inhale to slowly come up. And exhale to stretch the other way. Inhale up. Exhale over. Inhale to come up. And exhale over. 1 more time. Flow with your breath. Okay, slowly come up. Add a twist. I can't remember if we did it on the other side. I don't think we did. Sorry. So if we didn't do it on the first side, go ahead and do it. Flip yourself around. Get a nice twist. Taught this workout a few times today, so it's kind of hard to remember if I did it or not. Okay, go slowly step off. We just have a couple more stretches left. Let's do our split stretch, or I think it's called single leg stretch in the book. So your right knee will be down. Everything is squared. For this one, I like to have the leg all the way on the floor, although there's variations of this exercise you can do with the foot all the way up on the metal piece or the wood piece or even up on the foot bar. Both hands will stay down, relax through the shoulder blades, pull the belly in gently, try to keep the back flat, try not to let the belly sag down and the tailbone lift. So keep the tailbone just slightly tucked. As you press back, for this first one, we're trying to get a nice hamstring stretch. So allow the chest to sort of come down toward the floor. Hands can come to the metal piece if you prefer, or you can even do elbows on the bar. But get a nice hamstring stretch. Keep the low belly gently pulled in to support the spine. Inhale to slowly bring it back in. You don't have to come all the way back to the stopper, but get close. Exhale, slowly press out again. Inhale to bring it in. Then let's scooch up onto the reformer. Scooch the right knee over, right foot on the other shoulder rest. This one, I like to have the foot clear up on the metal piece, or you can put it up on the wood or even the foot bar if you prefer. Both hands stay down. Knee can be on the inside or the outside of the arm. As you press the carriage back, this time the hips will just sink down toward the floor. So still keep the low belly gently pulled in. Option to be on the elbows for this one as well. This is similar to like a pigeon pose in yoga. Slowly bring it in. 2 more times. Exhale to press. Get a nice stretch through the right hip flexor. Lunging stretch into the left leg. Inhale to bring it in. And exhale to press. Now we're going to switch legs and do the exact same stretch on the other leg, and then we'll move on to hamstring. So left knee down. Right foot comes up on the metal piece. Relax through the shoulders. As you press the carriage back, hips will go straight down. Right shin bone can be touching the bar, doesn't have to be. Inhale to bring it in. I just kind of let mine rest on the foot bar. Exhale to press. Inhale to bring it in. One more time. Exhale to press. And inhale to bring it in. Okay, go ahead and slowly step over off the edge. Right foot is far forward, almost by the wheel. Right leg is straight. Slowly and gently start pressing back. This one is for the hamstring, remember, so chest goes down toward the floor until you can feel it in your right leg. Try to get your low back to stay mostly flat, not sort of allowing that sinking saddle shape. Inhale to slowly bring yourself up. Exhale to slowly press. Again, getting a hamstring stretch. You can come to your elbows on the bar if you prefer. Inhale to come up. And we'll just do one more. Exhale to press. And again, slowly and gently start coming up. Take your left foot all the way off the reformer. I always like to end with a chest stretch just for posture. So you'll find somewhere to hold on, shoulder high, relax through the shoulders, keep the elbow slightly bent, elbow pointed toward the floor, and then slowly just turn away from your arm until you get a stretch in the front of the shoulder and into the chest. Breathe deep in and out. One more time in and out. Slowly start unwinding, switch your hands. Again, relaxing through the shoulders. Slowly turn away until you feel a stretch in your chest or the front of your shoulder. Breathe deep. Good. And that's class.